Have you had your cup of coffee yet? Because I haven't, and there's a good reason why. According to The Athletic, there have been internal conversations over the last week at Hallis Hall that the Chicago Bears leadership is considering bringing in Michigan head coach Jim Harbaugh if they decide to move on from current head coach Matt Eberflus. What a voice crack there, by the way. This would be massive. The history with Harbaugh in the Bears, him as an overall coach, the overall coach that he is, and he just comes out as a flat-out winner and great at developing teams. And with this current roster's talent continuously rising, what a perfect time to bring in a guy that can put him over the top. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, thank you for tuning in. Today, I am hitting on the news of Jim Harbaugh potentially becoming the Chicago Bears head coach in 2024. He would bring a staff to put around him that would absolutely put this team over the top, have a no BS winning mentality, great culture, and of course, take this team to the promised land. If you want Jim Harbaugh to be the Chicago Bears' next head coach next year, make sure to hit that like button on this video to show that you agree, along with putting your thoughts in the comment section below if you want another head coach to potentially take over the Bears instead of Harbaugh. And if you please could, hit that subscribe button with notifications to stay up to date on all Chicago Bears content. So let's start off with going down memory lane of Jim Harbaugh and the Chicago Bears. Kind of like calling on an ex-girlfriend, the Chicago Bears have an interesting history with Jim Harbaugh. Harbaugh was the Chicago Bears quarterback for 7 years back in the late 80s into the 90s. He was drafted by Chicago in 1987 in the first round out of Michigan. He had some decent years in Chicago, but was not the answer quarterback. He also had a very interesting relationship with then head coach Mike Ditka, as in being screamed out in press conferences, being called out in other press conferences, screamed out on the field, the works of what the NFL used to be. But you know who he coaches like and has high praise for? Mike Ditka. Ditka was a winner in Chicago. Harbaugh's been a winner his entire coaching career. Some things just work out like that. But his head coach experience, very good and would be huge for Chicago. From an NFL's head coach standpoint, he was the head coach for the San Francisco 49ers in the early 2010s, where he had a 49-22-1 overall record, including the playoffs. Harbaugh went to 1 Super Bowl as a head coach in 3 consecutive NFC Championships. His first season was 13-3 after San Francisco was 6-10 the season before, having an immediate impact on the 49ers, who just absolutely needed that one last piece in order to go over the top. His next 2 years with the 49ers, he was 11-4-1 and 12-4. Consistency, you like to see it. And his team rankings were top-notch. Harbaugh was top 10 in nearly every single category, both offensively and defensively as head coach, not siding with one, kind of like Eberflus being strictly on defense. He's also great at hiring a staff. A lot of his guys ended up going to be head coaches in the NFL. Also, the players want to play for him, and obviously that's what winning teams have, is a great culture. I'm not saying Eberflus doesn't. We saw that after Minnesota's game with that press conference. The team is behind him. But if they want that next level coach with experience and winning, Harbaugh's the guy. And Harbaugh didn't just do it in the NFL. He did it in college as well for both Stanford and Michigan, where he is currently at. It's hard sometimes to go to a college program and have success right away because a lot of those guys on the team aren't your guys that you recruited. Harbaugh, though, has been very successful while in Ann Arbor, having an 80-25 record while he has been on the field. He's won a couple games while he's been suspended due to some controversy with his scouting tactics. But overall, minus 2020, he's had a winning record every single year, appearing in 7 bowl appearances in 8 seasons, going to be 8 out of 9 this upcoming year. Michigan is currently still undefeated at the moment, and they're making a run for the college football championship. Overall, you're bringing in leadership, you're bringing in success on both sides of the ball, you're good at hiring a staff, bringing in good players that want to play for him, having a no BS mentality, keeping people accountable, and winning. I could absolutely get behind this. And if you could too, again, put your thoughts in the comment section if you would or wouldn't bring in Jim Harbaugh, and make sure to hit that like button if you agree. But with that, thank you for joining this episode of Just Another Year Chicago. My name is Nick Brody, and as always, bear down, baby.